A word for our listeners. Achtung Cthulhu is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerd's Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our investigators uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring George Chimples, Phil Durham, Rob Walker, Justin Kimmet, Shirley Niedzwiecki, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiett running the table as the keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Nerds May Present Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm here with Rob.
I'm having a great time.
Jesse.
Hello. Hi.
Scott.
Good evening.
Phil.
Hi.
George.
Bob Digi.
And Shirley.
Hello.
And last time we were in Mexico, in Tijuana. We are not going to any shows before Scott asks 4 times in one single episode, because that happened last episode.
So this episode recovered.
Planning ahead. As we left our intrepid adventurers last time, the commander and Evie had gone to the German underground in Mexico and requested to be absconded out of the country back to Germany. And it was all on a ploy to catch.
And now be down.
Fallsworth Gimbleton, the German agent.
To catch Gehilfe.
That's what I meant.
I'm sure. So.
In his tomb.
Yes, in his tomb. Or tome. And so I'll let you guys get started. So the commander and Evie were leaving and headed to go, quote unquote, find a hotel. Since they're married. And Evie is under the weather still.
Yes.
Too much laudanum.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead. Yes.
I don't even know what we're going to the, that was it. That was
I know.
the
Did they make a recommendation on a hotel?
They did. One very short, or very close.
Then I take my wife by the arm, I clutch her under that arm, and we slowly make our, not slowly, but not,
You're not hustling. You're just kind of strolling.
A little less than strolling from the standpoint of we just lost a lot of money, we're going to have to come up with more money, and now they're going to want to put us up at our hotel at our expense. Oh, okay.
I think you're out $15, and you owe them another $125 if you want to eat.
Well, but I want to maintain the pretense that it's not like, hey, I just blew $200 and don't have a care in the world. And so
okay. So you guys head towards the hotel. George, I believe Carlos, you and the Marshal are watching and preparing for them so you can run. Does that sound about right? Good deal?
So we can run?
If something went wrong.
Yes.
All right. So how far do you go before you give up the charade, Scott?
No, we're going to actually go to the hotel.
Yeah,
Okay.
all the way to the hotel.
All the way to the hotel, get a meager, shitty room. And
I would like you to roll credit rating, because essentially you have no cash right now. And there are no credit cards at this point. So.
Would I be able to?
You probably could as well, but it would be strange if the woman was paying.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be a
let's
problem.
not do that.
No credit rating?
No, I have a 200 credit rating. I'm not going to let her pick up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, dear Lord, no.
Oh, good.
So we're sleeping in the barn.
Oh, we're rolling under. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Wowie!
Sorry, I came from playing Marvel role-playing last night where it's percentiles and if you don't roll over, you've got problems. No,
that's okay.
I made it by a hysterical amount.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't forget to mark that.
That's great.
Market credit rating.
Well, the credit rating that you have.
Yeah, like an 03 is what I rolled.
Yeah. So you walk in, you write them a check they immediately get you the room and then hand you cash back that you'll probably need. You probably wrote it over for a few $100s so that you'll have spending money for food and that kind of thing.
Sure.
They went to that kind of a hotel and got that much cash back.
Mexico, we don't ask where the money comes from. At this time, almost everything's done in cash, so there's no other
And I probably would have written it for 50, maybe 75 tops.
over.
Yeah. Over.
Okay.
Not like 200.
Well, but you need like 140 or 125 in cash to give back to the Germans. You're supposed to come up with that money.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Okay.
That was my only.
Then, yeah. 250 or 150 to 150, 175 somewhere there.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's going to be more than enough money for you to pass around and get things. So you guys check into your room. It is not a terrible hotel. It is not expensive, but it's
Well, that's nice at least.
it would be like it's a Holiday Inn equivalent, not a Ritz or a Conrad, but it's nice enough. It's not.
So what we grew up with as when we thought, well, we're going to be roughing it.
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
Holiday Inn.
Yeah, this isn't like a Motel 6 where half the lights are out in the lobby and it's questionable. So,
You just, we apologize to anybody who owns a Motel 6.
well, they don't know that one.
And we apologize to our listeners who stay in Holiday Inns.
No, those are across. those are down the Beach Road across from the.
Oh, that's a horrible.
And if they do owe them Motel 6, go ahead and change your life. We're not going to judge you.
And we're not
Isn't
apologizing.
that the one where they say
anyway.
we leave the light on for you?
So, you guys,
Yeah, I don't know that.
you guys
Zoinks.
do things.
No, we're
Not-
gonna settle
What?
in. We're gonna settle in. We're gonna wait an appropriate amount of
There you
time, and then I'm going to go down to the lobby to have go down to the lobby, then go out back to have a smoke.
Okay. So Gorp and Carlos, you guys you followed them over to the.
Yeah, we follow.
Inconspicuously.
Yes.
And then you head out back to wait for the commander.
Yeah, I'll go up and bum a cigarette in Spanish and gesture at him.
Okay.
Just like a guy going up bumming a smoke.
Okay, I offer you a smoke.
I come close. I come close so you can light the smoke and lean in so you can whisper anything.
We've made contact with the boat, and we need to pay them $125, but should have secured passage on the only way out, or at least the way that's headed back to the fatherland.
Do you have cash? Do you have a dock number?
They haven't given you any
I
information.
do not
yet.
have the dock number yet, but I have the cash, and as soon as I secure that, we'll forward that information.
All right. I lean back and say thank you and kind of just hang out, see if there's anything else going on.
Both of you Gorp, did you go into the alleyway as well?
Yes.
Okay, all three of you kind of give me a spot. Kind of. Not kind of, just give me a spot. Kind of.
Pass.
Negative. You are the best investigator. Carlos, you notice that there are people walking by on the street. They are looking down the alleyway. They don't seem concerned or like they're staring, but you are being noticed. So
Right.
and it's not even necessarily that anybody's watching you, but it's just people are noticing the American talking to someone who may or may not be of Mexican heritage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I just kind of say, thank you in Spanish and kind of gesture to my friend, cerveza, this way,
okay.
to the sheriff or the
Marshall.
Okay.
So you guys head off. What were Professor and Mr. October? What were you guys doing?
I believe we were establishing a room at a nicer hotel and setting up a place there.
Okay. So you guys have checked in. You've gotten 3 or 4 rooms.
Yes, on the same hallway.
Okay. You guys get those set up. You get moving on those, and then after that takes 20 minutes, and it has been at least an hour and a half for them to get this stuff done. So
Should we be worried about this? Should we go look for this? Has it been too long?
An hour and a half. No, I imagine that they're trying to get the places, talk to the people, and not make it seem out of place, I would not think it would need to start work.
And Jesse, just as a reminder, in these times, an hour and a half is not that long. This isn't like instant communication times.
It's my niece.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I'm just reminding you of the times. When sometimes when you wrote up to your friend, it might be 3-4 weeks before you hear back from them.
Yeah.
So.
He's playing the attentive uncle.
That's fine.
I did have a friend this year due to my own actions.
Yeah.
Wait, you murdered her?
Ish. I was the one to send her on the mission.
I'm going to continue reading.
The Vermes Mysterious?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Drinking coffee.
I'll flip to the channels on TV.
You get 2. They probably do have a TV.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
The nicest hotel in all of Mexico?
Mexico.
That's true.
Not even, I don't know.
Like,
They invented like vague TVs, but there's nothing in widespread.
So you flip through the channels on the radio?
Yeah.
That might actually
That
be.
actually-
There you go.
You listen to Mexican radio by wall of
You might be able to pick up something from San Diego, but it's questionable at best.
No, it's like right over the border. Definitely.
Well, but even that distance.
Oh,
It is AM.
It is all AM.
that's good. Long.
Yeah, you get a lot more transmission. Slow fidelity.
So time passes, and I assume that Gorp and Carlos head back to the nice hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys stop and get a beer first?
Yeah, to see if anyone's gonna follow, if you recognize anyone from the alley.
Both of you give me espionage.
Fieldcraft?
No, espionage.
Nope.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Just having you roll it. You guys grab a beer, drink it. Don't hurry, and then you walk back to the hotel.
Does the marshal speak Spanish?
No, and I've actually had a thought about this, because if you're speaking Spanish that you learned in Spain, the dialect is going to be different than the dialect in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Right, so we just want to watch for that.
Oh well, he obviously. I mean, he might be able to pass for Mexican heritage, but it's unlikely.
That would be like me trying to pass as a Brit, and that
Yeah.
isn't
Well,
necessarily...
and his skin tone is just a little bit off.
Yeah, it's
So-
going to be a little lighter than...
Yeah.
I figure they might respond nicer though to someone, Spanish.
Where it's not scarred, it's a little off.
Yes, that's
Yes.
true.
Okay.
Elsewhere it's just kind of a pinkish black.
Yeah.
Well, and then we had to deal with the scars, too. That doesn't help.
So you guys kind of head back. The professor and Mr. October has set up rooms for you guys, and you report back, I assume.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
They made contact. They're at a Fleabag hotel, waiting to get on a boat.
Have they secured us all passage or just them?
Just them. We're not German.
True.
What's our next step?
Leave us to wait patiently. We need to get more information, figure out which boat they're going to meet before we can start tracking it and following it.
When do they next meet with the Germans?
He would have told you that they want the money within the next couple of days. That's when the boat's going to leave. So you at least have a day that it's leaving. You don't know a dock number. You're not even sure if it's from this port, but it's a safe bet that it probably is. All right, so the time passes. I assume, Commander, you and Evie kind of stay at the hotel you checked into. Don't really go anywhere.
On day 2, we're going to get up. We're going to have not an extravagant breakfast, not meager, but we're going to eat.
Okay.
And then I will take my wife by the arm, who hopefully is doing better this morning.
much better.
Good. Bring her out to the marketplace. I'm gonna see if I find or spot any of the our four other compatriots.
Okay. You guys spend some time in the marketplace. You don't notice them unless they're specifically there. I don't know if you guys set that up as a meet point or not. I'll have the four of you roll espionage, because that would be a thing that would fall under espionage.
Is that me?
Yeah, no, that's all. That's everybody with you and the commander.
Unless,
I rolled a 4, but I'm not trained in it.
That's fine. That's fine. You probably picked it up in just basic military use.
So I can count that as a pass, but maybe not check the box.
No, go ahead and check the box. It's fine.
Cool beans.
I got a 4, but I only got like 1%.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm untrained is 1%, but I got
it's
4.
1-1. Okay, then
Yeah,
don't check the box.
How about all three of us? We all got real close.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys realize that if they're going to make contact, they're going to have to do it in a public place. So a market seems like the best one. And then Scott, why don't you go ahead and roll luck for me?
That's a negative.
Okay. So a couple hours pass and you don't see anybody, but you seem to be shopping, quote unquote. And then eventually you do see.
Well, if I don't see anyone, then we'll plan at having lunch at a different hotel. I don't know, sweetheart. What do you think about the one down that street off the beaten path? You know, the one they're staying in.
Okay. So yeah, the couple of hours go by and then you head over to lunch. Nobody sees each other in the marketplace. Clearly luck was not on your side. But lunch comes around and as the four of you come down to eat lunch, you notice that the commander and Evie are already seated at a table with menus. They have obviously not ordered yet.
How crowded is the place?
It's very sparse. Not very many people.
I'm going to follow the Marshall's lead.
Yep.
Well, we already know that people were watching us in the alley, so I wouldn't want to jump right in. I mean, that just makes the most sense. We're not going to have all of us sit down and join the two that are trying to get on this boat. I would say, the uncle?
Is there any reason to have a meeting? Do we have any information to exchange other than what has already been exchanged? All we're going to do is jeopardize.
If
Right.
they're here, they're probably just trying to get on the same page about something. So, as I'll kind of step up to the marshal and say, I think we should sit down. One of us should announce that we're going to the restroom, not too loudly, but loud enough that we can probably be overheard, and then maybe someone will be followed to the restroom.
All right, Shaggy, let's make this happen.
All right. So
Do I notice them come in?
yeah.
Good. Then as they're making their way to the table, I'm going to excuse myself. And I'm going to use the facilities, sweetheart. I'll be back in a moment. And I just go to the restroom. I'm not going to make an announcement.
Okay. So the professor or the commander goes to the restroom. Who's following him?
I gotta piss.
Okay. So Carlos goes into the restroom as well.
Thanks, Carlos.
Is there anyone in the restroom?
No.
I'm going to make sure.
Yeah, you check the whole thing. Nobody there.
Then I'm going to wait for Carlos to arrive. Or
Carlos,
whoever.
as you finish checking, Carlos pops in.
There's no attendant?
No, it's not that nice of a hotel, I guess.
I don't have the information yet. When I get it, I will make sure we should probably have some sort of a means of communication, or at least a drop. Maybe I'll send or drop something at this place where we had this wonderful lunch where we might want to frequent again before we leave. Once we're on the boat, how do you want to handle things? Do you want to try to gain passage for everyone? Do you want to have the boat held at the port? Do we want to take advantage of the Panama Canal and have them pull the boat into a pair of locks and dry dock it there? What are your thoughts?
I would want to grab him maybe before he gets on the boat, but it's something we can discuss with the others. We'll have a powwow and maybe have a better answer.
Okay.
Do you have windows in your hotel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any plants or curtains, shades?
No, I believe there's a plant in the window and we have curtains.
How about when you have something to report, you move the plants
Out of the window.
out of the window and we will all meet you at a bar.
Okay.
I give them some address that's well frequented.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Is that well frequented by foreigners or just locals?
Foreigners.
Okay.
Tourist
Can I roll an idea on that actually?
Sure.
Tactic? Let me try tactics.
Let's go with idea.
Yeah, I got 3 on that.
Oh yeah. The foreigners is a better idea. You're
Okay.
all for. None of you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're as close to Mexican
I
as
thought it might be easy to pick out if there are Germans there watching us as well. But,
You'll probably hear it in the dialect.
okay.
I mean, you're going to hear a lot of English and American, and if you hear German, it'll be easy to pick out.
Okay, so foreigner bar.
All right. You guys kind of split from the restroom.
I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I leave.
Okay. You finish up lunch. I assume that you guys didn't have Commander, you and Evie don't have anything to specifically talk about.
Oh, so did you like what you saw in the market? Did you have, were there any of these your favorite? Were you going to get that scarf?
You just have normal,
Yeah.
Regular conversation.
Normal back and forth banter.
Can you both give me a persuasion roll?
Ouch. No.
Okay. Shirley.
I have to get under?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Did you miss it by a lot?
45 over 15.
Oh yeah, that'll.
Mine only was missed by 10, but still.
The other 4 of you, as you kind of overhear the conversation, their quote unquote loving back and forth is a little cold. They're just not quite there. They're saying all the right things. It just doesn't have that feeling quite behind it
The Germans.
Oh, yeah, I was getting ready to say that we're Germans.
yet. As far as your American and Spanish culture would tell you.
What language are they having the conversation?
Good question.
We
We Spartans say English.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you not speak German?
He does.
Okay, then why wouldn't you have it in German?
Because I don't know that you speak German.
Yeah, you
I
do.
speak German.
You had a whole
Yeah.
conversation last game
Yeah,
about
I
whether or not.
we
you
did.
speak
Oh,
German.
well,
Yeah,
no.
it's
Then we'll have the conversation in German.
Okay.
And it'll even be more appropriately cold.
And then I don't know anything about their conversation.
I passed my German roll.
fine. Okay. Yeah. You know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's fair to say if they're speaking in German and they fail their rolls, would that mean that they're uncomfortably close to each other?
Yeah, they're overly loving. Like
You're
not
a little concerned that
German.
maybe she's too close.
uh-oh.
Do you have German?
No.
You don't
then
have.
you
Oh, that's
don't
right.
know
You
that,
don't have German.
Wir sprechen zum Zittern.
You know how you say I love you in German?
Ich liebe dich.
Yeah. Sounds
Oh.
awful.
Yeah, I know.
The way you say we
Yeah,
love you in
you say
German
it.
is
No.
Is that
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't speak. Yeah, but that's how I say it.
on Sprockets, now we dance.
It translates loosely into dying
Well,
fire.
we are staying in the German underground, are we
I
not?
love you.
I was just having Sprockets to be dance.
Now on Sprockets we dance.
Okay. So the day goes by. Are you, Commander? Are you headed back over to your German underground contact to pay them the money?
Yes.
So after lunch, you head
I
back.
told you it was on Sprockets, now we dance. We're going to the German
I was just verifying because
Oh,
sometimes you
yeah.
say things and you don't necessarily mean them.
underground. Yes,
I
we are
just
headed
wanna
to the
make sure.
German underground so that we can dance.
Okay, so you guys head back over there.
Go to Puka.
The same gentleman that was sitting outside guarding last time at the gambling den is there again. When you walk up, he doesn't even wait for you to say anything. He just picks up the chalk and marks the door behind him. It has been washed since yesterday, or the old mark was both your mark and his mark have been washed off where they were. And just a moment or two later, a man comes out, same gentleman that met you last time, and takes you around to the other door and into the office you were in last time. Okay. And behind the desk is the same other gentleman who was there.
I will have already taken $25 out and put it in a different pocket.
Okay. So you enter the room and the gentleman behind the desk is fiddling with some papers, sets his pen down and says, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
I was told I needed $125.
Yes.
I count out 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 20, 25, and set it down on the desk.
Sure.
Folding the other 25 and putting it in my right front pocket.
He picks up the money, pulls open a drawer, pulls out like a cash box, takes the key out of his pocket, unlocks it, opens it, puts the money in, closes it, locks it, puts it back, and closes the drawer. Excellent. You will need to be. He gives you a dock number at Tijuana, in the Tijuana dock. You'll need to be at this boat at this time. It is a luxury liner. You have been given steerage rooms. I know that may not be what you're used to, but that will be what will work best. I'm sure that you understand how that works as far as the social standings on a boat.
Yes.
Okay. And your wife does as well?
Yes.
You seem like wonderful people, and perhaps higher class than steerage. So,
we wish to return home.
Act appropriate.
Of course.
On the boat, it'll take a couple of weeks, and then it will port in France. Once in France, you will go across the border into Germany by car. Excellent. We have another gentleman. We have two gentlemen and a lady also going that same direction. You'll meet them probably when you get to France. If you don't see them on the boat, they won't acknowledge you in any way. They don't know that you're there, and as far as you're concerned, you don't know that they're there either. Sound good?
It's good.
And you, ma'am?
So I didn't know that she was there. I was going to drop her there.
Okay. Oh, well then fine. I just assumed you went together, but that's
No.
fine. So you left her in the hotel room all by yourself. Excellent.
Well, I left her at the hotels that way. I'm sure she can make it there on her own.
Yeah. Okay. Then make sure your wife understands this as well.
Of course.
Okay. And if you need anything else from me between now and then, stop by the same gambling house and let them know what room you're in at your hotel. You will not come back to this establishment.
Good. Is there some sort of? Do you have papers?
They will be provided for you. When you get to the boat, just tell them your name. It's understood. It's a German boat.
Oh, it's good.
And as you kind of start to turn to leave, the gentleman who led you in slaps his feet together, hands straight up, and says, "Heil Hitler."
I bring my heels together, return the salute with Scott.
Roll.
Okay. What am I rolling? Persuade?
You can also roll fast talk. If you have that trained better than your persuade, I will allow
it. Persuade it is. Let's see how persuasive we can be on this particular go. Oh, absolutely. 28 under a 75.
Good. You are clearly getting it. As you walk towards the door, the gentleman that walked you in slaps you on the back in that German camaraderie way and walks you out, and he says, "If you want a good German beer," and he tells you of a close restaurant that serves one of a good beer that you could get. It's the only one in the city, and they know they've tried. Everything else here is piss water.
Duncan.
And then he watches you walk off, and then he walks the other way. He doesn't. And give me psychology. Give me a psychology roll.
Okay. Sure. And likely fail. Ooh, close, but fail.
How close?
19 over 5. I don't have.
I'll give it to you, but don't mark the box. He has no concern about you. Like there was some question before. He's convinced.
Good. Okay.
So you head back to the hotel?
Yes.
Okay.
Go back up to the room. Is Evie there?
I assume so. You didn't wander off.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went straight back to the room.
Okay. She wandered off. She's flying as Evelyn.
Yay for dirigibles. I go up to the room. I greet good evening or good afternoon, my loving wife. How are you? As I walk over to the door, window and pull the plant out of the.
Okay.
Why are you moving the plant?
I have a dock number and the boat information and when we're to meet them, and the information that there are 2 men and a woman that are going to be joining us on the trip.
Oh,
back to France.
For the Marshall.
Yes, I give her all of the information that I had in case something untoward should happen to me.
Okay. So the other four of you, you guys kind of, you start to finish up lunch. We're going to jump back a little bit. You guys start to finish up lunch. Everything's gone fine. The commander and Evie have left already. And a gentleman, a clearly British gentleman, holding himself in a very rigid way, in very nice clothing, comes and sits down at a table near you, and is joined by a woman who looks like she might be of Egyptian descent.
I shoot her.
Those are good instincts, buddy.
One of the servers comes up and says in broken English, "Yes, Captain, what can I get for you?" And there's an exchange, and the server leaves and comes back quickly with food. But this gentleman is kind of a stocky man, large chops, but dressed as maybe a British lord might dress. But that's the style of clothing that he has.
Are they of the same age?
He looks like he's probably in his mid, maybe late 40s, maybe early 50s, and he's just holding it well. She looks like she's 22 at the oldest. And she's lithe. I mean, she melts into the chair and just kind of hangs off it. She does not have the appropriate British sitting posture or anything that you've ever seen from someone from Great Britain.
How many hunting rifles is he carrying?
17. And a sawed-off shotgun.
Sounds about right.
Would my psychology give me any information about what's going on right now?
Yeah, you can roll that. It might.
18 under 15?
They both seem very comfortable with each other. He has there's something in his eyes. Like, he has a look in his eyes that doesn't seem quite right. And while they seem to be speaking as equals, which is a little strange because she's still a woman, there's hints in what she says in English that she's in charge. She's giving, this is what we're doing. It's not like that's his wife and she's just a pushy wife. She's in charge and he knows that. But he still seems to be playing up the I'm the man. This is how we do things. It's a strange exchange, but they're also British, so it's not quite something you're fully versed in.
Do they have wedding rings?
I'm sorry?
Do they have wedding rings on?
Give me a spot.
Yeah.
They both have rings. Her ring is made up of, it has a diamond, but it looks like 2 onks coming down. And they form the band of the ring.
Ring finger?
Yes, on the ring finger.
Does he have anything?
Yeah, he has I would say a gold band. Very unassuming.
Is she speaking good English?
She's speaking perfect British English. She speaks better than he does.
Proper Queen's English.
Yes.
What matters are they discussing?
Their travels, what the plan is for the evening. It's just normal back and forth of two people that are probably vacationing. What to buy in the market. These avocados are something they've never had before. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so their interaction and the Egyptian woman are striking us, not necessarily.
The Egyptian woman very much strikes you as just strange. All four of you, but Professor, you notice that some of their back and forth is just a little off. Yeah.
This restaurant, how busy is it?
It's still not very busy.
So there's a lot of tables that are not next to us?
That's correct. And they're not right next to you. They're a couple of tables away, but since there's nobody else there, it's pretty easy over here. It's not like there's music playing over the speakers.
Or they just walk up, sit right beside.
No, they did not. No.
Is there anything in the? So you said the onks. Is there anything in my anthropology or archaeology that might key off, trigger anything that I might know?
You know that. I mean, you can roll a cult, but you know that it's Egyptian. Usually a symbol of some sort of authority.
Cult is a 43 under 65.
You can't think of anything. if it were something occultish, it would be something of power. That ring itself would hold some sort of power, or be a focus for power. But you wouldn't know what that would apply to. Not that you wouldn't know. You can't think of anything that would apply to in this situation.
Is she wearing anything for decoration that might be an opening for me to politely create conversation as a learned person interested in
other than
those types of
she's
things?
dressed a little lightly for someone from Great Britain, even from like Egypt. Great Britain ruled Egypt. No, I mean, she's not wearing much other than the jewelry or the ring. She's not wearing earrings or anything like that.
Just as a player, I'm trying to think of
that's
what my character would do, and if my character would have me use the start a conversation.
It's fair.
Besides
fair.
just continue to look to it.
The ring.
Yeah.
Would archaeology tell me if diamonds are particularly important in Egypt? Because as a player, I don't remember there being a lot of diamonds in Egypt.
There are not. Diamonds typically were not found. You'd look for probably more like rubies and sapphires and that kind of thing. Diamonds are not typically in that area. Typically. I mean, you can roll it if you want to mark the box.
Okay. I didn't want to mark the box anyway.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, you can.
Diamonds are everywhere. That Nile's just full of them.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find a way in to start a conversation. That's our goal right now.
Not necessarily as a player, since the
outside
keeper
of
brought it up. Since he brought it up, it's obviously a point that he's putting here in front of the players.
Right.
And so I'm trying to think about motivations for my character to understand why I'm noticing it, which is the reason why I asked what stood out about it and what made it. Looking for motivations why I might continue to investigate this point, and since I'm not really kind of getting anything to push beyond that, then I'm not necessarily going to push beyond.
Yeah. So
Can I roll persuade and try to buy him a drink?
You can persuade. I was
Yeah.
it's a pretty woman. Send her a drink.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. Let me.
Pretty married woman.
Well, no, I'm gonna buy them both a drink. So I want to start the
Oh, I was
conversation.
going to send her a beer.
I don't have a great idea on how, but if I roll persuade, I might be able to just walk in and start a conversation.
You could just be the intruding American.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Just like, hey, I want to start a conversation with you. Here's some alcohol.
I mean, if we're going to earn our rude American ideals,
Well,
you
yeah.
have to start in just before World War II.
But that's why I'm going to roll persuade because
That's fine,
it could go badly. So
Just go badly.
yeah, it's going to go badly.
So instead of buying them a beer, you just walk up, take theirs.
pick it up, pretend like you're going to drink it, then look at them and go, "Oh, this is for you."
Yeah, it's going to go badly.
Roll your English. I guess that's the best. No, roll knowledge.
Got it.
Okay, so you order a 2 fingers of gin for the gentleman, and some sort of Egyptian drink for the lady. I honestly have no idea.
Cosmopolitan.
It's not Egyptian whatsoever.
Not at all.
Okay.
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
Can I ask a very random question?
Sure.
Is the gentleman eating a piece of meat between 2 pieces of bread?
No, but you have a feeling.
Did you think he was aristocracy? Perhaps an earl, by chance?
Gotta get some damn sandwiches.
So you guys, you order the drinks go over, and there's clearly a loss in translation between you and the waiter because the gentleman looks unhappy with his drink and just sets it back. Doesn't touch it beyond that and sets it back. She just downs it. Like, we don't care.
Wow, you just went to roll tequila.
So you guys finish up lunch. You head out. Who's checking the window?
I will.
Okay. Roll me your spot hidden and then roll espionage.
I'm sorry, just before we
Sure, yeah.
Did we get any indication that those 2 people were staying at the hotel?
Yeah. They said charge it to the room, so on and so forth.
That's my spot. Espionage, I got 10. Again, I'm trained, so it's a 1% chance out of 10. So
I'm just going to keep having you roll.
That's fine.
The off chance that you you did make your spot hidden?
yes.
Okay. You noticed that the plant has been moved. It's been a couple of hours, or it's been an hour or so. The plant has been moved. So do you head straight to the bar, or are you going to head back and let everybody else know? It's not super far. It's probably a 5-10 minute walk.
Find a street kid and send him to give him a couple pesos to send word to the hotel, and I'm gonna go. To the bar.
Okay. So you head to the bar. Commander, how long were you going to wait before you went to the bar?
About a half hour.
About a half hour. Okay. So that gives everybody a chance to meet up at the bar. Are you taking Evie as well to the bar?
I asked her if she wants to go.
Am I allowed in the bar?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, then I will go.
And as long as you're not just throwing back half a bottle of scotch.
Or laudanum.
I seem very, very docile right now.
Are you doing laudanum?
Have you been doing laudanum?
A little bit. My friend got killed.
Oh no, I'm fine with you doing as much laudanum as you'd like. I mean, I'm just like, do you need to take your bottle with you?
No.
Okay. I'll bring her bottle along just in case.
So you guys get into the bar. Everybody kind of shows up around the same time.
So
unless you're not going, but
I would ask the marshal, do you want everyone to go? I mean, that seems like a lot of people. I will go if you'd like me to. I might, just stay behind. It seems like the more people, the more attention.
If we all go, we do it in sets. We don't do it all together at once. We're not going to run around with the 4 of us and just blast through. We'll do it twos sets of twos.
I'm already there. I can go back to the hotel.
Alright, well then, we'll do myself, more than likely myself, and then we'll have you two join.
Well, I think if you go, and then you and Carlos come back and just tell us, that might be sufficient.
Yeah,
But,
you guys should be able to get enough information.
or if you guys need us to come down there, then you can send another street group back, and we'll come with them.
you're not worried about your niece.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
I am.
You sure you don't want to go?
Well, if you're worried about your niece,
You might cause your niece more
See,
risk.
that's what I'm worried about. Me being there is going to put her in more harm than me.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Be careful with the deep lunges. Your niece may not be able to handle it.
Yeah. As you get older, your nieces get bad.
I thought
No,
you
that's
any more
funny.
times.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I only have one niece.
This motel does have a lobby, right?
Yeah.
I always spend the entire time in the lobby.
Reading a book.
Yes.
I'm sorry, quote, reading a book.
Exactly. It could be in Spanish. I'm not actually reading the book.
Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye on who comes and goes.
I thought you were referencing one of the movements.
No.
They're called Troiano Bibles.
No.
One of those magazines that you read the articles in?
Yeah. Just the articles. You spend your time in the lobby. Professor, you're still reading the Vermes Mysterious.
Si, senor.
Okay. See? Look at that. You can speak Spanish better than my German.
Si.
Nah.
Yeah.
So you guys, the 4 of you meet up in the bar. Carlos, Gorp, the commander, and Evie. And you grab, I would assume you guys grab table next to each other.
I'm actually just at the bar.
You're already going to be at the bar.
If they want to grab a table, I'll join them at the table. I'm just going to sit at the bar.
No, I was just going to go to the bar and
Okay.
have a beer and lean on the bar and allow some space next to me.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead.
And do we hear any German?
Give me a listen.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So, Gorp, you got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. You don't hear any German. You hear some Spanish, and what you're assuming is Swedish.
Okay.
From Swedes.
So it sounds like fish.
Yes, like Swedish fish. Just like that.
Wow.
So, Scott, you pass off that information?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys have a dock number, and that it's a luxury transport. So there you go. Yeah.
That there will be 2 men on there and a lady that it will be steerage, and the time that we are supposed to be at the dock, along with, which we would likely want to bracket early and later, if we're looking to catch this guy before he gets on the boat. The modus operandi is we don't have papers coming in. We give our names to the dock person, whoever's bringing the guy with the clipboard at the end of the gangplank will have our information there.
Steward.
Yeah, that guy.
We need to discuss a plan at some point. You're a hunter of men. You know the best way to do this. On the boat, before the boat. Naval tactics.
Yeah.
Or fieldcraft be more personal.
Tactics would be more appropriate.
Missed it by 4.
Did you get it, Gorp?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So getting him on the boat is dangerous because it's a German-held boat. It's German-owned, which means that if he's really working for the Germans, they probably have something in place to keep him on the boat. Like, they're not just going to let you take him off.
Right.
And you also have no authority here, so you have to, like, first go get the federales or the police. And that's going to go over, like, a ton of bricks. Getting him before he gets on the boat is just a snatch and grab. But knowing where he's coming from is kind of questionable. You also...
Well, we already know what boat he's on.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Does the dock have a choke point?
Well, it depends. So we got to figure out which direction they're going. So they said they're going to land in the port of France, which means they're going to have to take the canal. They take the canal, we can pinch them right there.
Well, but what I'm saying is before he even gets on the boat, like, okay, if it's a dock that's a slip and there's, and the only way you can get to that slip is to go between these two buildings and there's only 20 feet apart. Well, that's an easy pinch point where we can bracket both sides of that. We got him in a choke point and we can just wrestle him to the ground before he even gets to the boat.
We haven't seen him.
No, but you're aware of what he looks like. You've been given a good description. You've been given a couple of good descriptions. So there is not a choke point necessarily. There's a couple of places that he would have to come from. Scott, roll me an idea. Actually, roll me an espionage. You can roll espionage, George. That's fine.
Yeah, you can try espionage.
There's always that 0-1 chance.
Absolutely. I nailed it.
What'd you get, George?
25. Not terrible, but I'm not trained in it. Great rolls.
So Scott, you realize that if this gentleman is here, even if they're funding him and giving him cash, he can't have that much money. It's not like he has a check that he can just write like you guys did. Because once that check comes through, it's gonna red flag somewhere.
Somebody, yeah.
Because it's gonna have to go through some sort of bank in America. If he's going off his German name, that makes it a little easier, but it's all kind of a crapshoot. It's likely he's staying somewhere cheap, like where you guys are, or at the that safe house the safe house that where you handed over the money. That all is from, we'll say, the north. So you can at least block off. There are going to be 3 ways in: the north, the east, and the south. You can kind of keep an eye on the north. You could have them keep an eye on the north because that's the most likely direction he's going to come from. You could be wrong, but that's most likely the direction he's going to come from.
Okay. Well, then we want a backup plan.
That's a good question. You could come up with one.
Well, I tactics roll.
I already have a backup plan. Well, the backup to the backup plan is the canal. No, the backup plan is that my lovely wife and I are going to pack a picnic lunch that we are going to pass the steward and find a box or a spot on the slip to lay out our lunch where we will be able to see all of the ingressing passengers. So that if he makes it past any of the checkpoints from the safe house or the hotel, that if he slips by Group A, slips by Group B, and we can at least see him, we can be past the stewards and have him in hand before he gets to the steward.
So it's fair to say that this threat is a pretty damn big threat, yeah?
Reasonably, yes.
Yeah, like beyond national security kind of threat.
Yes.
Right. Cool. So then so far backup to our backup. If we can't take them down there, then let's plant explosives and blow the ship.
That would be a lot of innocent people.
Yeah.
Well,
that's an act of international
We are,
piracy.
well, not just piracy, we are, and I say this very quietly, U.S. agents blowing up a German flagged ship in Mexican waters. The international ramifications would be quite dire.
Staggering.
They've got a point. I mean, yeah.
As in, I can't sanction that, sir. I understand you're the marshal and you're leading this particular manhunt. I can't get on board with that.
I like the creativity though.
It does show a certain zest for you.
well, I mean, but we have options. We have opportunities to disable the ship from the inside if we're there. Maybe not that extreme, but since we're going to have 2 agents on board.
Well, and your other option is you're going to have, if you can find a way to get them off the boat in Panama, there will be U.S. troops there that will help you.
Yeah, the Panama Canal is run by the U.S.
Yeah, so you could find a reason.
We can just close the canal.
Well, but that's a backup plan, and my hope is to have him before he even gets on the boat.
Oh, yeah. That's if the first 2 plans completely fail and he gets on the boat.
We're good.
That will do it for us
Yeah, I
tonight
hear that.
on the
Well,
Nerds Domain presents
yes,
Masks of Nyarlathotep. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us on facebook.com/nerdsdomain, on Twitter @nerdsdomain, or over at our site nerdsdom.com.
And his boss's boss's
Be
boss,
sure to sign up for the newsletter
would be a
while
lot
you're
less
there.
understanding in a
You can
situation
head
like
over
that.
to
It's not the
iTunes
worst
and give
case.
us a 5-star rating.
If it had to happen,
We
and
want
you
to
catch
thank
a
Josh
a
Schott
German
for our
terrorist
music.
because of it, it's fine.
Don't
Right,
forget
and
to
with
support
the
us
caveat
at
that winning cures all ills.
patreon.com/nerdsdomain.
So, with that in mind,
And check out
that'll
our
do us tonight
shirts
for
at
Masks of Nyarlathotep.
/loot.com.